good? Hey!
How you doing, man? How's everybody?
Hey, we're good, man. Good, man. What's up? Oh, man. Hey, go ahead with that. No, y'all TV stars, man. TV stars.
See you back out here in Miami. Nice sunshine down here with a lot of the Raptors fans, Raptors guests, man. It feels good to be back. We got Charles, Oakley, Muggsy, Alvin, Antonio, man. It feels good. You know, all alumni to come together and it's a great cause.
You got to start 5 right here.
Yeah.
One, two, Mo. You got the 3?
I got the 3.
Stand in the corner, Mo.
All right, that was one of the cooler clips from the show. I mean, talk about how that came about. You got some of the older alumni, specifically the 2000-2001 team, but also, why was it so important for you to reference that group as a storyteller as you kind of went through this year?
Yeah, they had planned this trip for the alumni to take part, to help out the foundation. And the timing of the trip was just absolutely insane. We had gone to Miami with those four great Raptor players, and the team had clinched the playoff spot 2 days before we get to Miami. So the timing of everything and just how the connection between the past and the present all just kind of just happened. And the timing with this year, just everything about this year has just been pretty magical. So it was important for me as a day one Raptor fan. It was on a personal and selfish level. It was awesome for me to work with those guys because I never met Oak, I never met AD. Alvin and
I ate Oak's burgers once.
Oh, I heard about that. That was a bad move, right?
Yeah, no, I know. Okay, I got another question for you though, quickly before we get to you guys. I specifically want to ask you about Vince Carter. What was the feedback from the Vince Carter revisit that you guys did?
I think it was all pretty positive. That interview, again, on a selfish level, that was, for me, it was a great interview to look back with Vince, because I was obviously such a big fan growing up. But the feedback was pretty, it was an emotion, it was a real, genuine, you know, all his answers were really genuine, and you felt the emotion.
He's grown up, he's matured.
Yeah, and you felt him torn between just with everything that had happened and everything that's going on now. Yeah. So the feedback was pretty tremendous.
I think he's got a better perspective on it now that he's got some history and he can look back.
Definitely.
Nav, for you, is it time for the fans to forgive Vincent Lamar Carter?
You know, Vince has done so much for this city that I can't even, I need hours to explain that because I was very close to Vince. And what he has done for the kids, I don't believe any other athlete in Canada has done it.
I was talking to Tristan Thompson this weekend. He said the same thing.
Well, that's true. All these guys you're looking at, Andrew Wiggins, Tristan, Nicholson, they are the product of Vince Carter being in Toronto, Canada.
Preach. All right, absolutely. Dan, what did you like most about that 2000-2001 team? And where were you back then? What were you doing back then?
I had just started working in sports television. I was working at Sportsnet. It was CTV, Sportsnet at the time. I just come out of journalism school at Ryerson. And I'll tell you, the playoffs that year obviously were incredible, the 2001 playoffs. But the thing that I just can't stop thinking about whenever I see Vince is the slam dunk contest. And I had, because when I was a kid, it wasn't always on TSN, and we had a satellite dish, and my friends would come over and we'd watch the slam dunk contest. And for whatever reason, here I am in 2000. I'm older and have, you know, adult friends, and we're not little kids watching it anymore. But some people came over to my basement apartment on Bathurst Street, and we watched it on TSN, and it was just the most incredible night ever. His dunks were just so original. Nobody had ever seen anything like it before, and it was just so exciting because you felt tangibly Toronto being on the map, and it was Vince single-handedly who put Toronto on the map with that.
Single-handedly, leaving his hand in the rim.
But it's not the dunks I'm talking, those were the dunks the world saw. But there are so many dunks.
In-game.
Not in the game itself. I'm talking off the camera, where he touched so many young kids who were dying.
I hear you, and now I get
who were dying. He made the impact with these young kids for the Six Children Hospital, and I know a lot about it.
Yes.
So that's why I'm saying those were even more important than the dunks he made in during the slam dunk time.
Hey, listen, preach on, Nav. You got it right. Hey, still more to break down on Canada's home for talking hoops, and we got to thank Jeff Landicho because you have blessed us with a very special 1-minute sneak preview clip that no one else has had access to. This is the kind of things you get when you're a day one dude going back to college with a producer. So we'll be back on the Hangout with some very special open gym footage for the true OGs.